Hello and welcome back to Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony. In the last episode, we were going to start the third trial involving the deaths of Angie and Tenko. As much as I do not like Angie, or did not like Angie, having to see her go in this fashion sucks. I mean, anyone who dies, it just sucks in this game. But all evidence for Tenko points to Kyo, because, like, it's all just set up, orchestrated in one fashion. Everything is set up by him. And then there's Angie, which there's evidence that is identical to Tenko's murder for Angie. And then there's some other shit that gets in the way that is not very apparent. I think Kokichi is gonna... Well, obviously, Kokichi's just led every other trial in actuality, so it's not like anything is truly gonna change that much. So, I'm gonna stop talking, and we're gonna get into it. And right before we exit into the Monokuma statue and enter the trial grounds, let's hear everyone's final thoughts, per se. Especially yours. Why did the seance fail? I never did figure out why. I see he's still more interested in that than the case. Damn. This trial is gonna be rough, since I couldn't do any investigating. Yeah, we kinda knew that. But I mean, it's not like he's helped all too much. The only thing that he's really helped us with was with Trial 2 and getting us to trust Maki. I respected Angie and Tenko so much since the moment we met. Shut up! Nothing's gonna be solved by crying about it. You believe that for a second? Already. Besides, that was a lie, wasn't it?
It's a lie.
Yep, you guys have me figured out already, so there's no point in keeping up the act. Kokichi never changes, no matter what situation he's in. Also, are you feeling any better? Because I remember you were bleeding a lot before. Maybe that hit to the head is going to stop him from lying in the future anymore. I doubt it. But oh well. Try using your brain so I don't have to. My golden brain cells are a gift to the entire world. Didn't you say that before? Kibo?
Please wait.
It's true. Though I do not know if it can be attributed to God per se. I can hear an inner voice guiding me when I don't know what to do. I can't explain why, but I believe that voice will lead me to hope, and as long as I listen to it. Shut up! Why the fuck is a robot talking about God anyway? It's unseemly.
You're so dumb.
And that inner voice is probably just a radio or something, like in taxis and stuff.
That is not funny.
It is unwise of me to confide in you all. Don't do his best to help. Wow, this is like is this the fastest that these lines have gone through in this extra stuff? Well, that answers my question.
So in the end, the culprit really was... No, it's nothing. Well, we can talk about it once the trial starts.
Who do you think? Who have you got your eyes set on, Tsumugi? Maki.
Okay.
Atua and Ghost don't matter right now. The culprit is among us. Okie dokie, let's get down to business. Rumble, rumble, ramble, ramble. And the water still isn't fixed. As usual, we walk toward the elevator in silence. As soon as we remaining survivors stepped aboard, I was just gonna read survivors, and then I saw the word remaining. We descended. Perhaps because there were fewer of us, the elevator seemed to move faster. And so, we fell. Faster and faster, downward into the black. The elevator stopped, and just like always, the doors parted slowly. The light that shines on us from the other side, the bright light of our future. Or is it? I didn't really know how to deliver that, so... Boy, they look really depressed. Must be because there are even less participants now.
Well, don't say that they look depressed. They'll make Mono damn sad.
As much as I'd love to keep hearing about the adorable back and forth, let's hurry up and get this started. At last, the class trial will begin! I hope you enjoy it to your heart's content. I don't know if I have any, like... I'll talk about it. The third class trial was about to begin. Yeah... Anything unique? The sword that had the blood hidden inside Kaede. Stab wound on both Angie Yonaga, the ultimate artist. She created the Ultimate Academy Student Council to try to prevent the killing game. Then Tenko Chabashira, the ultimate Aikido master. She hated men, but I knew she hated this terrible killing game even more. The two who were killed were both trying to stop the killing game. And who was the one who killed them? Was it one person? Oh, it's weird to think that no one from this page... well, Kyo. Two different people. We need to pin that down in this class trial. In order to live, we have to find the truth. And I will fight for it. I will fight with truth and lies in this class trial. I wonder how many times I'm gonna lie. It's been one for the past two trials, but who knows? Yes, I would like to save. Thank you very much. Lego. Boop. I don't know if I have enough points to unlock any more skills. Yeah, I have 5. Mind's Eye, reveal, no. Silences all conversations except those the reticle is on. Mass panic. The scrum, the keyword in the first speaker's argument will be shown from the start. Huh, that's kind of dumb. Just a peek. The entire screen will light up more frequently. I increase the amount of letter cubes that can be acquired at once. Actually, I think because these make it easier, I don't think I'll get these, because then I have less of a chance to acquire, like, Monokuma things. Yeah, I think the only ones that I would get are any of the ones that I earned from hanging out with people. Oh well. And that's that, then. Actually, I just realized what the 5 I get from, because the level on the right-hand side with the set skills is my level from walking around. It's for meeting with people that I get the ones on the left. So I'm pretty limited after a while. Okay. I wanted to check. Actually, I know where the Monokuma thing is in this one. I read it before and I still remember where what it leads to. Let's begin the class trial. And I didn't read the fucking shit. Hold on, can I... If I do this and I back up, can I read it? In an attempt to resurrect the dead, Angie is killed. In Chapter 3, Transfer Student from Beyond the Grave. In this court preparation, I am going to read it. During a seance to search for answers, Tenko is killed. Are the two related? Oh my god, there's more? I thought that was gonna be it. I'm sorry that I waste this precious time of yours. The third trial begins. Now, it actually does. Class trial is in session. I've already figured out who killed Tenko.
Now then, let's begin with the basic explanation of the class trial.
Seeing Minosuke and Mono Kids things.
During the trial, you'll present your arguments for who the culprit is, and vote for who done it. Vote correctly, and only the blackened will be punished. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will graduate from this academy. Also, refusing to vote will result in your death, so you better vote for someone. Now, smiles, everyone! It's showtime! Let's get this crazy awesome trial underway!
Sorry, everyone. I don't think I'm gonna be much help this time. Because of Monokuma's disruptions, I couldn't do a thorough investigation.
Have you done an investigation ever?
I can tell Monokuma is overcompensating to hide his self-consciousness.
Next time, spend less time fixing your hair and more time investigating, spaceman!
Shut up! I don't need to hear some comedy act from you two weirdos.
Who did it?
Oh, okay.
Who killed Angie and Tenko?
Do not let your emotions hasten your judgment. There may be two killers.
Okay, shut up.
So, our other culprit might not be one of us here.
Hmm? What do you mean?
I kind of forgot that she was thinking that.
The transfer student. Maybe our resurrected transfer student dragged Angie and Tenko into the grave.
Not possible because the Necronomicon is still here and it needs to be burnt into ashes, right? Is that what I'm gonna have to use to disprove?
Stop making stuff up!
Say something, Shuichi. It'll be a mess if this keeps going on.
This is the same regard as to like why Kyoko couldn't be the dead body. Oh my god, I just realized what Angie's ex is. A halo and wings. I wonder who sets up the memorial pedestals. Is that Monokuma? I mean, everyone in the second game was like, well, not the killers, but the no, it was the killers that were unique because I remember Teru's had the knife, the fork and knife that were crossed. I feel like everyone who was just murdered by another student just had an X. Is it even possible for a revived corpse to be the culprit? Well, in the interest of being thorough, I should clear up things. I could clear things up here. Non-stop debate using the Necronomicon, right? Yep,
This crime was committed by the recently deceased. They came back to life and killed 2 of our classmates.
No! So, ritual did work?
I think I have to refute that.
Angie did say she was gonna bring Rantaro back. Yes, Rantaro was resurrected. The culprit is the late Rantaro Amami!
Please, stop it!
Shuichi, say something. That's Maki. This isn't about believing in reviving the dead. I have to focus on their statements. Were all those statements correct? No. I have to use Gonta's. Is it R to skip? I gotta somehow use the V spot.
So,
Oh,
that's wrong!
that's wrong! I wonder if you could lie and say, yes, it works.
I don't think Angie's ritual succeeded. According to the Necronomicon Monokuma showed us, you have to burn the Necronomicon in the ritual.
After preparing the effigy, burn the Necronomicon to ashes. Use caution. Be mindful of carbon monoxide poisoning. Sprinkle the ashes on the effigy and repeat the name of the deceased 3 times. If it were burned,
If Angie's ritual had succeeded, the book would have been gone.
And we saw it in her
So She
lab.
must have been killed before the ritual was complete, since the book was still intact.
I don't think she even had a chance to, like, try it out. I feel as if, like, she would have done it in front of other people.
Then, going to think Rantaro probably not culprit.
Oh, I guess you're right.
Well, duh. There's no way a dead person could resurrect.
Now hold on a second. I can't let that comment stand. Sure, everybody knows that you can't bring the dead back to life.
Where's this going?
But it's easy at the Ultimate Academy, as long as you use the Necronomicon.
He said it with an I instead of an O in Necra.
What are you talking about? There's no way that's possible.
But it's true. I never lie about motives.
Daddy said so, so he can't be wrong. Raising the dead is totally possible.
I mean, unfortunately, we'll never know.
Man, I can't believe you guys wasted such a perfectly good motive. You should have let me use it to bring Monodum back to life.
Monodum is still alive, though.
I'm just kidding. I wouldn't waste a resurrection on Monodum's corpse.
Wow.
Oh? So resurrecting the dead was actually possible this whole time?
I love how she does the ghost hands.
There's no way it's possible.
There's no way that could happen, idiots. Monokuma is trying to confuse us.
Is he, though?
Let's hurry up and find out who the Blackened is.
If our transfer student isn't the culprit, then blame falls to one of us.
Who did it? Step aside, Half Pint. I'll handle this.
Okay, what are you gonna present?
I don't know about Tenko, but I'm pretty fucking sure Kyo murdered Angie.
Wait, how are you so sure of that one? Are you just gonna present the sword?
Why?
Don't play dumb with me, creep show. I already know what happened.
Art Lab's front door, back door, Kokichi's lockpicking,
Used a katana to kill Angie,
Samui's account.
and it was found in Kyo's research lab. Which makes you, Kyo, automatically suspicious.
But anyone could have taken that katana, you see.
So that rusty katana was the murder weapon. You were the only one who cared about that thing, Kyo.
I did not care about some katana.
Just admit it, you shit-eating worm. You went to the classroom, broke in, and murdered the fuck out of Angie.
Okay, I think
Yeah, I'm a fucking genius.
I'm gonna have to refute the lock thing. Is Korekio really the culprit? Does that story fit the facts of the case? Art Lab's front door. Okay, there's no scroll for this one, and there's no scroll for this one. This door has a sliding lock. When Angie's body was found, the sliding lock was locked from the inside. The handle of the sliding lock moves at the slightest touch. Something golden shiny was on the handle. I think I have to use the back door? Because broke in... before Angie's body was found, the door was locked, but Kokichi opened it by picking the lock. This door has a cylindrical lock. Monodam swallowed the only key, so it can only be locked and unlocked from inside the lab. Hold on. I need to see the other points. Does that really fit the whatever the case? We should think about it from the beginning.
The culprit used a katana to kill Angie.
Okay, Tsumugi's account. Angie had locked herself in the Ultimate Artist Lab since yesterday, working on the ritual. She would not unlock the door unless someone from the student council asked her to. The student council members... Yep, okay. Okay. Gonta, Kibo, Himiko, Tenko, and Tsumugi. Okay, what's the last one?
And it was found in
Kokichi's lockpicking. Okay, so it's just these four. Okay. Kokichi can lock and unlock the front door of the Ultimate Artist's Lab with his lockpicking skills. Okay, that's just a fact, apparently, that he can lock with his lockpicking skills. Okay, I did not... Alright. Let me see these points again.
Kyo's research lab, which makes you, Kyo, automatically suspicious.
Okay.
Well, anyone could have taken that katana, you see.
So that rusty katana was the murder weapon.
Okay, I think I'm gonna have to use either the front door or the back door. Before Angie's body was found, the door was locked, but Kokichi opened it by picking the lock. And the back door. When Angie's body was found, the sliding lock was locked from the inside. The handle of the sliding lock moves at the slightest touch. Something gold and shiny was on the handle. I'm kinda... Had locked herself. Working on the ritual, she would not unlock the door unless someone...
You were the only one who cared about that thing, Kyo.
I did not care about some...
That
Just admit it,
has
you
nothing to do with it.
worm. You went to the classroom, broke in, and murdered the fuck out of Angie. Booyah! I'm a fucking genius!
Is Korekio really the culprit? Does that story fit the facts of the case? But I would be more inclined to use one of the two of them if it said that the door was intact in some way. Before Angie's body was found, the door was locked, but Kokichi opened it by picking the lock. This one... I actually don't know which to use here. I'm trying to hit escape. I'm gonna try the front door. I don't know if it's 100% correct. One of the last few. Like...
I did not care about some katana.
Just admit it, you shit-eating worm.
I think I have to get rid of something pink here.
Went to the classroom.
Okay, yeah. Whether Kyo had a key or not, Angie still would have... Oh, still would have let him into her lab. That's what I'm supposed to use for this? When you say broke in, I don't... That's not in a what? Okay, that's like... Okay. And from there, he would have pinned her down and murdered her just like that. I made a mistake. I need to think it over again. Okay, then I just used Samugi's account. Alright. When you say broke in... That's not what I would imagine. And I'll wait until, like, it gets bigger to shoot the V-point.
You went to the classroom, broke in.
There we are. Broke in? That...
No, Kyo would not have been able to enter Angie's lab.
It's not breaking in! I'm still so hung up on that.
Isn't that right, Tsumugi?
Yeah. Before Angie locked herself up in her research lab, she said she wasn't going to open up for anyone but student council members.
Yes, so that means Korekio would have broken in, you know, without, what's the word I'm looking for? Without permission. When you break into someone's house, do you have permission to enter their house? You're invited in, so you walk through the door. You break in through someone's window. What? I'm so confused.
And Kyo is not a member. She wouldn't have opened the door for him.
Kyo couldn't have killed Angie even if he wanted to.
I had no desire to kill her in the first place.
Yeah, that's what I'm still so hung up about. Like, why?
So whoever killed Angie must have been one of the student council members, yeah?
I was doing a bit to lead you to the right answer. Can't believe you actually got it.
I'm left to wonder as to whether or not Kyo is actually the murderer for Angie. Definitely the killer for Tenko, but I don't know if it's going to be a case of, like, Tenko killed her, but I doubt Tenko would. Tenko is too level-headed for that. And even, like, before, she said, I have thought about killing her, but no, it's just not there. And none of the other members would do that, because they were just head over heels with her. So it's still just pointing to Kyo in my head.
Oh, how clever.
You can just ignore her, Gonta.
The remaining student council members are Gonta, Kibo, Sumugi, and Himiko.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it can't be Himiko. She was besties with Angie. I trust their friendship. You guys do too, right?
Yeah, of course.
Can we trust their friendship so readily?
Oh, god damn it.
Obviously. Let's believe in them.
That trims our list of suspects down to 3. Gonta, Sumugi, and Kibo.
Yep. The culprit is one of those 3 people.
All 3 of them are gonna speak up. This is gonna be a mass panic one, right?
You mean one of those 2 people? Because a robot ain't people, Jack.
Oh god, Mew, have you changed? Well,
I
who
will
knows?
let that remark slide. Anyway, aren't these accusations just a tad too hasty?
A bit, yeah.
Perhaps the culprit should confess already. Gonta, Keyboy, or Sumugi? Well...
No, not Gonta. Gonta would never kill Angie.
Yeah, Gonta's a gentleman. You shouldn't suspect either of us.
Hey, stick up for me too.
Gonta definitely not hurt anyone. Torture Gonta if you don't believe.
Torture might be a bit too far, but Gonta and I aren't the culprits.
And I'm not the culprit either. Jeez.
Okay.
I'm not the culprit.
Not the culprit.
Plainly not the culprit. Okay. Don't exactly know what I'm supposed to use to refute anything, or what I can refute. Art lab, backdoor, Kokichi's lockpicking,
Other possibilities.
Necronomicon.
Surely there must be suspects outside the student council.
Student council.
That's utterly impossible.
Hmm.
Dead chick
Not just
can't be the
anyone can open
culprit.
that door.
I'm just...
Only student council members had access.
Uh...
I didn't know robots told such boring lies.
But it's definitely not me.
Is that a robophobic remark?
Okay, so there's 2 points at the same time. Nothing's locked. Okay, interesting. There were several suspicious statements, but one is obviously inconsistent. I'll listen carefully, sort the statements in my head, and then find the answer. Okay. Let me listen to this one in its entirety. Okay. Go into his account. Do I have an alibi? Or does he? Talking to bug friends. Wait, didn't you say you were asleep? Didn't Gonta say that he was asleep? I mean, that was just like something that he said, but I mean, there's nothing to really... There's no real alibis for this, so saying that you can't really trust anything. Much better. Yeah, okay, so I think it's just Kokichi's thing that I'll just have to listen to. Yep, several statements. There's only 2 statements that I'm really refuting. Consider other possibilities.
There must be suspects outside the student council.
That's utterly impossible.
Mm-hmm.
A dead chick
Not just
can't be the
anyone could open that
culprit.
door.
Not just anyone could open that door. Oh.
Only student council members had access.
You bitch! That's... I heard it! Or I think that's what he says. I didn't quite hear him.
No, it wasn't just student council members that could have opened that lab door.
What was it you said earlier about Kyo opening the door, Shuichi?
Yeah, sorry. I mean, that's
Unless
technically
you're
not
student
wrong.
council member, you can't enter Angie's lab, right?
Well, I was just confused, okay?
I was referring to Kyo. He couldn't have done it, but you could have. Because I saw you open the classroom lock by picking it.
Kokichi pulled out some thin needles and then stuck them into the keyhole of the lock. Random noises. Clack. There! Open says me! I've said it different every time, but oh well.
Oh, that happened? I totally forgot.
So you're going to pretend you don't remember, huh?
Quit glaring at me like that. Of course I remember. Yeah, I did it.
I mean-
I killed Angie.
Oh. Okay, I wasn't expecting that, but we know that's a lie.
Wait, what? What did you just say?
I picked the lock to her lab, snuck into the room, and then wham! Killed Angie.
Okay. How'd you kill her?
The culprit was me, all along.
What?
What are you saying? Is this some kind of joke?
Nah, no joke. I thought that if I confessed, I could atone for my sins. And it helped. I feel so much better. Whew!
Wait, so Kokichi really is culprit?
No, he's lying. I think. Maybe?
He's lying. I'm certain of it.
Mm-hmm. Like this, like even though like there's so much like homosexual tension between the two of them, like in my mind, the camera angle would have Kokichi push in and like Shuichi push in just a little bit, but like both of the podiums would be like touching and just like them staring at one another. He's lying. I'm certain of it. Just like dead into his eyes.
No, definitely not a lie. I killed Angie.
Since when are you French? But oh well.
Shouldn't you guys believe the culprit when they confess?
Then let me ask you, culprit. How did you lock the room?
Hmm.
Huh? Well, it's the same as opening it. You pick the door closed from the outside.
No, that doesn't make sense.
Huh? What doesn't make sense?
The
Can't
back
you lock
door.
the door by picking it?
Not the back door though.
Maybe, but that's not how the culprit locked the room. They used a different method.
What different method? Yeah, Mumbles. Use your big boy voice and explain yourself.
There were 2 doors to the classroom, and the one locked last was.
The one locked last? How do you know which order? Are you... The front door, right? If the front door is locked first and then the back door is locked second, how do they get out of said locked room? Because they locked it with their fingers touching the thing. What? I don't know where this thinking is coming from, Shuichi. How do they get out of said room? It was the front door. He could have used a pick to lock the front door. Any other genius theories you want to share with us, Mumbles?
Damn it!
But you can lock the back door first, and then... Everyone's staring at me. They think I'm a fraud.
That's it!
The back door was locked last?
Back door. That's how they made this a locked room mystery.
Then how do they leave? I just don't understand. Like... I understand how it's locked. It's definitely locked after the murder happened. But... how do they leave?
The back door had a sliding lock, yes? How was it locked from the outside?
It can't be. It can only be locked from the inside.
The culprit used a certain tool.
Oh! Before it even gets mentioned, the Kaede thing is gonna be twisted around, and then it slowly unspins itself, and it hits the lock of the sliding door. It's come on, fuck you, cunt. The tool that the culprit used to lock the sliding door, the sliding lock was from outside was. Where is it? I'm also looking for the Monokuma thing because it's in here. Okay, there's the katana. I'm not looking for that just yet. There should be a Monokuma. There we are. I collect that. Now, open this. This. I gotta break that. There we are.
I see it.
That's how it gets locked after. Okay.
The gold leaf katana that was stabbed into Kaede's effigy.
I completely forgot that that can even happen.
The culprit used that to hit the knob of the sliding lock to lock the door.
So the gold leaf was on the sliding lock
Because when the katana hit the lock, some of the gold leaf rubbed off on it. The gold leaf on that katana did peel rather easily.
Maybe if it had been mentioned that there was only gold leaf on one side, maybe that would have made a little bit more sense. I don't know. Maybe I would have thought of that immediately.
That evidence rings a bell. Specifically, a school bell.
Huh? Are you talking about a different school? What school was it?
Now, that doesn't matter anymore. Let's not dwell on the past.
Ooh, the gold leaf landed on the sliding lock when the katana touched it. So that means the culprit used the katana to move the sliding lock, right? But wait, how did they move it with the katana? And from outside Angie's lab?
They wound it up. Am I right about that?
That might give us the answer is the layout of the area itself. It was an odd setup after all.
Mm-hmm.
The katana stabbed into the effigy. The effigies hung upside down.
Angie didn't do that as part of the ritual?
Nope, that wasn't part of it.
No. Nowhere in the Necronomicon did it say you had to hang the effigies.
Nor did they have to be upside down.
If it was not part of the ritual, then it must have been for a different purpose, right?
Yep. A different purpose. What could that have been? The culprit somehow used the setup to lock the room. In that case, I need to know the reason behind every step of the setup. If I do that, the way the culprit locked the room should become clear. Should be clear, excuse me. Okay, Psyche Taxi. I love how you can still see like the little hair antenna from Shuichi. Oh, I thought there was only one. I was preoccupied with the car. Probably should have suspected that there was going to be more than one. Whew. Oh, there you are. What turned the handle of the sliding lock? The katana. Would you really say turned? Where's the katana? The katana's hilt. Yes, effigy's hand. Where does that just come out of? Do these blocks... These blocks look different. Wait, is this the first time that we're going into the desert for this? I feel as if like it's always been in the city. Oh wait, there were two there? Maybe they were just that close together for the last setup. Oh boy, this is gonna... Oh, that was a weird, awkward turn. Oh, whoops. 3 more. Okay. What was done to make the katana turn the lock? Spin it, turn it, twist it, bop it. The katana was stabbed. Oh. Stabbed into the effigy. Okay. I'm already skipping a step even in this, because I didn't really expect that to be a part of the question. Because it's literally just a part of the setup. Like, you can't dispute the fact that it was like that. I mean, granted, you can't really dispute facts. Whew. Damn. Yeah, I knew I was gonna miss one of them. Uh-oh. I'm losing speed. How was the effigy manipulated to make the katana affect the lock? Again. Bop it. There are 3 routes this time. Interesting. Swinging it back and forth, making it fall, spinning it. Woohoo! Yeah, because swinging it back and forth, it would just remain in the same position that it was always in if you just did it like that. But if you spin it, there's a chance that it actually will end up in the right position. But I don't know how, like, there wasn't ever going to be another chance of it swinging back after it hits it. It would swing back the other way and would maybe hit it on the other side to unlock it. Oh well.
That's it. The reason the culprit stuck the katana into the effigy was so that it would hit the sliding lock as the effigy spun.
Effigy spun?
That's right. If you spun the effigy, the rope it was hanging from would twist. Then, if you let it go, the rope would unwind and the effigy would spin the other way. And of course, the katana would spin with it.
I see. So the culprit used the katana's counterspin to push the lock into place?
The culprit simply needed to spin the effigy's rope and then swiftly leave.
Mm-hmm.
This would cause the spinning katana to hit the sliding lock. And thus was the back door of an empty classroom locked from the inside.
Yep. And it just dawned on me. The person who set all this up, all they have to do is just make sure that the door is locked. So letting it, if it did happen to unlock afterward, it wouldn't change anything. Because they could just attempt it again and again and again. So that was dumb of me.
Yes, that's how Angie's lab was locked. By using the effigy with a katana.
A plan born from the heart of a sword traveling through the air to intercept us. But could it have moved the slide lock so easily?
Yeah, it's pretty...
The sliding lock was pretty loose.
Yep.
A little push could move it. As long as the spinning katana hit the lock, it would have slid into position.
Even if the culprit failed the first couple times, they could keep trying until it locked.
Yep, there we are.
Which is why the culprit chose to strike at nighttime, as to avoid detection.
Yes, since the student council prohibited anyone from walking around at nighttime.
Are you saying it's the student council's fault?
I didn't say that.
In any case, the culprit probably used a murder weapon for this trick. It had to have been the right length to hit the sliding lock from the effigy.
The culprit couldn't find a blade long enough in my lab, so so they settled for the katana.
The other effigies were only hung up, so we figured it was some kind of ceremony. That way, we wouldn't notice the lock trick.
But Kokichi did say earlier that he could have picked the lock closed.
Okay, so it's leaning more toward Kyo in my mind because we know that Angie wasn't murdered in the art room because there was dried blood in the one of the 3 rooms, which I think is a plank replaced from somewhere else because there's no other blood elsewhere that was dried up. So I think it's somewhere else in the other 2 rooms, which I think I might have misspoke when I was talking about like the orientation of the rooms, because when we were under the floorboards, the hole is in the back left, so we would enter the right room. Maybe I said that, maybe I didn't. I don't know. But but with that knowledge, it would suspect that Angie was not in the room, so the door would already be unlocked for Kyo to enter. And Kyo then locked the front door, exited the back door, and then had the back door get locked. You say earlier that he could have, picked the lock closed.
I don't want to completely ignore that possibility. But I can't imagine the culprit would have done all this just for a distraction.
If that's the case, then Kokichi's confession earlier was actually...
Seriously? You fucking lied again?
Cough it up, Kokichi!
Man, you guys got me. Okay, I'm not the culprit.
You're telling the truth this time, right?
I want to say I'm lying, but I'm not.
Why did you say you were the culprit?
I wanted to lure the culprit out. If I claimed to be the culprit, then the real culprit would agree as well. You get me? And if they pressured me to confess, then that would have looked mighty suspicious. Sheesh. Darn it. It didn't go my way because Shuichi butted in on my plan.
Well, I'm sorry, but some just didn't feel right to me.
You and your fucking lies! Go sit in the corner and play with yourself!
Okay, I'll start right now.
Alright, so who's the asshole who set up this locked room mystery?
You? I can't hold it up anymore.
What's the matter? You going soft on me now?
Who made the locked room mystery doesn't matter, since anyone could have done it. Don't you even understand something as basic as that, you filthy cum dumpster?
God.
Cum dumpster! Finally! Someone finally called me a cum dumpster!
You wanted that?
What should we talk about now?
Thank you, Gonta.
We must focus not on the locked room, but on who entered Angie's lab. Only one of the student council members or Kokichi could have gained entry.
Could have gained entry, correct, but if the entryway was not closed in any way, is it really an entryway? Is it more just like a hallway, per se?
Therefore, the culprit must be among their number.
That leaves us with 4 suspects. Tsumugi, Gonta, Kibo, and Kokichi.
Don't forget Himiko. She's also a part of the student council. Doesn't matter if she was besties with Angie, she's still a suspect.
Weren't you the one that just... Okay, never mind.
That contradicts what you said earlier, which I can prove using my recording function.
We don't need another example of that, Kibo.
It's fine. That's just a waste of time.
A suspect? Never kill Angie!
So, calling all suspects, what should we discuss next? I want to hear everyone's opinion. What would you say to get yourself off the suspect list?
Why are you trying to lead the debate? You're a suspect too.
Silence, outsider. Only the suspect rangers are allowed to speak.
Suspect rangers?
I agree. Those under suspicion should explain themselves thoroughly.
We might catch them with their pants down.
Anyway, I want to ask the suspect rangers,
Including yourself.
what should we talk about? What should we say to get ourselves off the suspect list?
Just anything, really?
Well, guys, I want to hear what you think.
That's sort of a difficult question, you know?
Right.
Gonta not smart enough to know answer to that.
Nor would anyone else, because, like, what would point in the right direction? Or wrong direction, even?
Yes, it is difficult to formulate a logical response to that question.
Not articulate with words, huh? Don't you guys want to prove your innocence?
They don't trust you one bit, and I don't blame them. You're probably plotting.
Why did Tenko have to die?
Hmm. Okay. Interesting. So we're kind of driving away from the first murder, even though that's the only one that will... That's the only person who will be condemned. But why did Tenko still have to die?
I want to know what happened to Angie too, but... Can we talk about Tenko's case now and not just Angie?
I got you exactly where I wanted, Himiko.
What do you mean?
You wanted to drive away.
The two victims could have been killed by two separate murderers, you know. So we need to find the first blackened responsible for the first victim. We've got to figure out who killed Angie.
We would still be locked into the same spot that we were.
Until we solve Angie's case, Tenko's case is meaningless.
Not exactly.
Did you suggest that to waste our
It's
time?
not meaningless!
Himiko?
Tenko's death was meaningless? How dare you! Poor Tenko! How could you do this to her?
I like the fact that they're, like, right next to one another. Because this is another thing, like, where my mind is processing, like, camera angles. Like, she'd be, like, bending over the side of her, pedestal. And just, like, leaning over as far as she could to just scream at him.
Himiko, stop it with your crappy lies.
Lies?
Everything you said is total BS. You didn't give two shits about Tenko when she was alive. But now you're like, oh no, poor Tenko, after she's dead. Come on, really?
Kokichi, enough!
No. It's okay. It's no surprise you think that. I know I ignored Tenko before. That's why I'm so upset now. I should have faced Tenko. Worked things out with her while she was still alive. And now, it's too late. I can't complain to her or thank her. It's too late.
Yeah, seriously. It's way too late to realize that now. Our only option is to face her death head on.
Yeah. Face her death?
Himiko, I understand what you're going through. So I'm gonna help you out. Let's work together to find the truth. I'm not gonna let anyone say her death didn't matter.
Kaito. Alright. I'll put a silencing curse on whoever calls Tenko's death meaningless.
Okay, can you do it to Kokichi for just the tiniest little bit? Because we kind of need him.
The name of the curse is Death Curse.
Oh.
I suppose being dead would silence someone pretty good.
Listen up. All you guys are gonna help out too. Abandoning someone who died and only thinking about your own survival. That's just as bad as a hit and run. I won't forgive something so messed up.
Tenko was our friend. Gonta wanna know why she died too.
I already told you that's so unnecessary. We're getting sidetracked here.
No, even if it was a different culprit, we need to know how Tenko died. If we don't find out who killed her, we won't be able to work together. Not now, not ever. Even if this trial isn't for her, in order for us to survive, we need to get to the bottom of Tenko's death. Not just to survive this trial, but so we can keep going and live on!
Kaito.
Finally, you noticed. Jeez, you're so slow.
Huh? Did Kokichi want us to notice?
Don't listen to his crap. We haven't decided whether there were two different culprits yet.
Let us talk about Tenko's case then. Perhaps that will provide us a clue.
Yeah, maybe.
They're not wrong, but I don't mind going over Tenko's case. But that was an abrupt change of topic. Was that intentional?
So, what do we talk about first?
For now, let's see if we can narrow down the list of suspects.
Tancrotch probably got killed during the seance, so everyone there's suspicious. Tancrotch!
The people who attended the seance. Kibo's exempt. It's myself, Himiko, Tenko, Kyo, and Kokichi. Am I missing anybody? Let's see. Let me think of the four corners. Kyo, myself, Kokichi, Himiko, and then Tenko. Yeah. The people who attended the seance. Kyo, Shuichi, Himiko, Kokichi. Okay.
That's it!
I didn't even read the other list. Because it was just listing people.
Kyo, Himiko, and Kokichi.
So those four are the culprits!
Oh, Himiko's still culprit?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's probably just a coinkydink. The most suspicious out of the four is really... Kyo. He suggested the whole seance idea.
Yep.
True, I may have suggested it, but I explained the procedure beforehand, yes?
Yes, and everything was going according to plan.
If we all knew of it before the murder, then we are all equally suspicious.
Well, I suppose, but...
In addition, the seance wasn't entirely in my control either. I was not the one who selected the room we performed it in. It was Himiko.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's been what's been on my mind, like, while I was away from recording, is just, like, was it all luck, or was every room set up? That's what Kokichi was going to check on, is whether all three rooms were exactly alike. Alright, Kokichi. It didn't matter which room it was in. However, there are 3 empty rooms. Which one shall we use?
The middle room. The middle room's always the best for stuff like this.
Very well. I shall begin the preparations at once.
Oh, right.
Also, we should not limit our suspects to only those who participated in the seance. The empty room had a point of entry from outside, you see.
How do you know this? How do you know this? A point of entry from outside? He must be referring to the hole. I can confirm it that way? Yeah, okay. I always gotta look at the controls, because I always think it's left click.
About under the floor, right?
Oh, could I have just clicked anywhere on the floor, or just in that hole?
Huh? Under the floor?
Yes, there's a crawl space under the floor a person can move through.
Mm-hmm.
There was also a hole that connected it to the neighboring room.
If the culprit used the hole, they could have entered and exited the seance room.
If we consider that possibility, then there is another suspect.
Another suspect? Who?
It's appearing before me.
Who exactly?
Oh, I can see it clearly. The true identity of Tenko's killer.
And I'm gonna end that episode right there. It's a really awkward position, but I was gonna go up until the next like event for like the mini game shit, but I completely forgot that those what's the word I'm looking for? Random instances of just picking one thing or another talking points also count. I could have used any of those as a stopping point. So, sorry about the abrupt end. We'll see what Kyo thinks in the next episode. So, hopefully your britches aren't in a twist right now. Or, as Mew would say, panties in a wad. Listen, I'm the one who romanced her, but I don't know how, like, I randomly got some on Instagram from, like, the Danganronpa thing because I keep posting my thumbnails on there, and once you put like hashtags in, you start getting recommended stuff that you have in your own stuff because it thinks that if you're interested in whatever you're posting, then you're probably interested in what others are posting about the same subject. I got one thing saying like if you're like a basic bitch fan of Danganronpa, you hate Mew. Like, I understand that she's annoying at times, but like to the point of hating her? And strictly Mew of everyone in Danganronpa? Why her? Oh well, that's besides the point. Thank you so much for coming out, and I'll leave you with one final message in being. I was really hoping this would bring up the save spots. Have a nice day.